Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On the news are tonight, Waqf war, votes versus reform. Also coming up, debate number 2 tonight, green lungs raised for greed in Hyderabad. A question everyone is asking because of the shocking visuals that we are seeing on our screens. But, ladies and gentlemen, the Waqf battle is here. The countdown has begun for Wednesday Waqf cliffhanger as Modi Sarkar readies to table the Waqf Amendment Bill in Lok Sabha tomorrow. Both camps have gone into battle mode. It's NDA's Operation Cloak and Dagger versus Vipaksh's Operation Smoke and Mirrors. Under Modi Sarkar's Operation Cloak and Dagger, secret pacts are being made even as we speak. Cards are held close to the chest and Home Minister Amit Shah himself is holding meetings behind closed doors. Will Nitish, Naidu, Paswan and Jayant Chaudhary, with considerable Muslim vote banks, vote in favor of this reform? On the Vipaksh's hand, in fact, in the Vipaksh camp, Operation Smoke and Mirrors has been launched. Here, half-truths and full lies are being pushed to create dar and doubt in the minds of the minority community. So which camp will prevail in the Sansad when it comes to voting tomorrow? Down to the numbers, NDA needs 272 support this bill through, and with the support of its alliance partners, it seems to have cobbled up at the moment a number of 293, of course assuming that Naidu, Paswan, Jayant Chaudhary and Nitish Kumar will back the bill. While opposition has roughly 236 members of parliament, but who's sitting on the fence? Well, that's where the story is. In the absence of numbers, the Vipaksh has now filled its quiver full of dhamkis. Rahul Gandhi's member of parliament, Imran Masood, has threatened that if Naidu and Nitish back the bill, Muslims will not vote for them. AIMIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi has declared that BJP wants to snatch away masjids. Watch for yourself how, in the final lap, the Vipaksh has dropped all the pretenses and unleashed hate and hysteria.
बाकी जो पार्टी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी जो वक्फ के नाम के ऊपर जीतकर वो मुसलमान के वोट से जीत करके आ रही हैं, याद रख लें अच्छी तरह से, इतिहास माफ नहीं करेगा।
अगर आप हमारी मस्जिदों को, दरगाहों को जो अल्लाह के नाम पे प्रॉपर्टी वक्फ कर दी गई है, उससे अगर आप हमको महरूम कर रहे हैं तो फिर जाहिर है ये तो हमारे लिए बड़ा इमोशनल और बड़ी तकलीफ दे बात रहेगी। तो ये समझ नहीं रहे हैं, ना नीतीश कुमार समझ रहे हैं, ना चंद्रबाबू नायडू समझ रहे हैं, ना चिराग पासवान समझ रहे हैं, ना जयंत चौधरी समझ रहे हैं। तो ठीक है, इनको जनता समझा देगी। फिर
नहीं, वक्फ बोर्ड के खिलाफ है हम लोग, इसलिए खिलाफ हैं क्योंकि भारतीय जनता पार्टी हर जगह हस्तक्षेप करना चाहती है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी हर जगह अपना कंट्रोल चाहती है।
वक्फ को इस तरह निशाना बनाना ये अफसोस की बात है, क्योंकि ऐसा लगता है कि सिर्फ हमारा ही एक जो खैरात का सिलसिला है उसके खिलाफ कार्रवाई की जा रही है।
ये पूरा देश साथ में है। ये तो कुछ पॉलिटिकल पार्टी, कांग्रेस पार्टी और कुछ लोग दबाव में वोट बैंक राजनीति की वजह से विरोध करने का नाटक कर रहे हैं।
But let's not reduce the Waqf reform into just politics from one side to the other. It's first and foremost about reforms. Let's put some human faces to it. Even as we speak, the Waqf in Kerala is trying to usurp the homes of 600 families in Munamba. These are predominantly ancestral lands of Hindus and Christian families. This state is run by Congress's alliance partner, the CPM, but their parties tomorrow will vote to back this loot. In Andhra, the Waqf is trying to snatch 77,000 acres of land worth rupees 6,000 crore. No wonder there has been a 300% increase in Waqf's properties in the last 15 years alone. Such has been the plight of these Waqf victims that churches, bishops and even the chief of Ajmer Sharif Dargah have called for a stop the Waqf loot. In fact, last Friday, during Times Now Summit, I put some straight questions to Union Home Minister Amit Shah. Watch how he dispelled fakery over reform. वो कहते हैं कि सवालों के जवाब नहीं देती आपकी सरकार बुलडोज करती है, आपकी सरकार में
मुसलमानों के हक छीने जाते हैं और कह रहे हैं कि इस देश का मुसलमान डरा हुआ है क्योंकि आप वक्फ बिल लेकर आने वाले हैं।
ये देश के माइनॉरिटी को, विशेषकर मुस्लिम भाइयों बहनों को गुमराह करना चाहता है। मैं इनको कहना चाहता हूं, आपके अधिकार पर कोई तराप मारने की बात। अब कहते हैं हमारी मस्जिदें छीन लेंगे। ये रिट्रोस्पेक्टिव इफेक्ट से बिल नहीं आ रहा है, कैसे छीनी जाएगी? बिल आगे के समय के लिए है। आप 2013 में जो बिल लेकर आए थे वो रिट्रोस्पेक्टिव इफेक्ट, मगर वोट बैंक कंसोलिडेट करने के लिए झूठ पर झूठ, झूठ पर झूठ, झूठ पर झूठ बोलते जाना। इतने साल से इतने चुनाव हारे फिर भी सीखते नहीं है।
So, ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question that we are asking on the News Hour tonight is simply this: Waqf war, a votes versus reforms fight? That's the question and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Shehzad Poonawalla, national spokesperson of the BJP, Professor Jyotsna Tirunagri, national spokesperson of the Telugu Desam Party. Also joining the debate tonight is Tehseen Poonawalla, political analyst, supports the Congress Party. Professor Naval Kishore Yadav, national spokesperson of the RJD. But my first question goes to Faizan Kidwai, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. And I want to ask you, Faizan Kidwai, just what is the problem with the bill that you have decided to oppose it even before you've seen the provisions of the bill? I want to ask you, if there are reforms, if there is computerized availability of the Waqf land, if there is a reform that brings in women into the Waqf board, how can you actually defy and deny them their rights?
Good evening, Navika. See, the way the JPC happened, we all have seen. There was a 448-page plus document which was handed over to the opposition just a day prior to before the JPC was supposed to meet and have a discussion on that. So, and all the points that were made by the government or the NDA allies, they were accepted while the opposition points were totally rejected. So, this JPC, to start with, the way it was constituted and the way it functioned, it raised serious concerns that the government actually was not in a mood to have a discussion. Now you just see the clauses which the government wants to remove after the amendment. It wants to remove Section 107 of Waqf Act, which protects the Waqf properties from limitation. If that happens, in a way, they are going to legalize encroachment. They are legalizing encroachment, but the same thing won't apply to Hindu or Christian endowment boards or to Sikh Gurdwara Pramandak committees. They want to do away with the Waqf by user. A lot of mosques, Navika, mosques, madrasas and even graveyard, they highly are dependent on the Waqf for its functioning. If this is removed, these institutions' ability to function will be lost in a way. And they want to do away with the Waqf evacuate property clause. Navika, just let me tell you, a lot of properties like the graveyards, mosques and madrasas, especially in the northern part of India, they are functioning under this clause. If you remove this clause, then the government will have the right to steal these properties and sell it to private entities like it has been doing. The government, we all know what Mr. Adityanath did. There was a land which was commissioned to Indian Army and in Ayodhya, and Mr. Adityanath denotified it, and it was made available to the rich industrialists to purchase, but there was a hue and cry and the opposition raised its voice. So that thing was taken back by Mr. Adityanath. So see, Navika, the government of the day just wants to humiliate Muslims, snatch away their rights, because it wants to cater to a certain mindset which feels happy when Muslims suffer, and unfortunately it translates into votes for Bharatiya Janata Party. BJP can stoop down to any level.
Isn't that an unfortunate statement to make, Faizan Kidwai? Because Hindus are also suffering. A 1500-year-old temple has been taken away. Isn't that humiliation of the Hindus as you make it out to be? Faizan Kidwai?
Navika, let me just complete, Navika. When you started, you spoke about some encroachment that is done by Waqf board Now, let me draw your attention to the Sachar Committee report, which said that 7% of Waqf properties have been encroached, roughly around 34,300. In November 27, 2024, it was the Modi government, the Union Minority Affairs Minister, Mr. Kiran Rijiju, who in a written reply to Lok Sabha said that around 58,929 Waqf properties have been illegally encroached. So Waqf is not encroaching. Waqf properties have been encroached.
Well,
so,
you know, one side of the story doesn't make the complete story, Faizan Kidwai, but Shehzad Poonawala. Faizan Kidwai, you know, the issue is such that you will never complete the point that you're making because it's not a point, it's a thesis. The point here is that Shehzad Poonawala, is everything being seen from one prism of one community? What about the other aggrieved side, which also has many issues?
Navika, a miracle has happened on your 9 o'clock show. आपको पता है miracle हुआ है? वैसे तो you are known as the person who breaks all the stories, पर आज समाजवादी पार्टी ने ब्रेक कर लिया. ये क्लॉज हटा दिया गया है, वो क्लॉज जोड़ दिया गया है. अभी ड्राफ्ट आया नहीं, बच्चा पैदा हुआ नहीं, हजामत करनी शुरू. ये वही है, वो एक स्वरा भास्कर नाम की एक्ट्रेस थी. एनआरसी आया है, एनआरसी आया है. ड्राफ्ट किधर है स्वरा, बताओ. वो ड्राफ्ट तो नहीं है मेरे पास. ये भी यहां पर ड्राफ्ट नहीं है. एक पिछला बिल पिछले साल आया, जेपीसी की रिपोर्ट आई, उसमें से क्या एक्सेप्ट है क्या रिजेक्ट है अभी तक हमको नहीं पता. एज नेशनल स्पोक्सपर्सन आई डोंट नो. कैबिनेट विल अप्रूव अ बिल विच विल देन कम टू पार्लियामेंट. पार्लियामेंट को नहीं पता, पर फैजान किडवाई को पता है कि क्या आ रहा है. ये वही है ना, सीए आएगा, नागरिकता छिन जाएगी. नाविका फ्लैशबैक 1 year ago, आपका प्रोड्यूसर निकालेगा क्लिप. 1 year ago, same dialogue. Only CA was replacing. फैजान जी, मैंने आपके बीच में नहीं बोला. फैजान जी, I did not interrupt.
बोलिए, प्लीज प्लीज प्लीज.
अब मैं पूछना चाहता हूं फैजान जी, एक मुझे नागरिकता जिसकी छिनी हो बता दीजिए. पॉइंट नंबर 1. पॉइंट नंबर 2, आपने बोला मस्जिदें छिन जाएगी. सच्चर कमेटी रिपोर्ट ने बताया है, सच्चर कमेटी रिपोर्ट की ही रिकमेंडेशन है. नीड फॉर रेगुलेशन ऑफ मुत्तवली, एफिशिएंट मैनेजमेंट ऑफ रिकॉर्ड, डिजिटाइजेशन ऑफ रिकॉर्ड, इंक्लूड नॉन मुस्लिम टेक्निकल एक्सपर्टीज, ऑर्गेनाइज द रिफॉर्म्स टू स्ट्रेंथन वक्फ बोर्ड्स, अपॉइंट द वुमेन, हैव फाइनेंशियल ऑडिट, डिजिटाइजेशन. ये सच्चर कमेटी रिपोर्ट, रहमान खान रिपोर्ट, ये सब बीजेपी और हिंदुत्व प्रोजेक्ट है क्या? तीसरी बात, आगे बढ़ते हैं. देखो, उन्होंने बोला वक्फ बाय यूजर. अरे भाई, वक्फ बाय यूजर से तो हिंदूज की प्रॉपर्टी वक्फ बन रही थी. नो, इन द इस्लामिक कॉन्सेप्ट, प्योरली बाय द इस्लामिक कॉन्सेप्ट. 1 second सर. इन द इस्लामिक कॉन्सेप्ट, ओनली अ मुस्लिम एंड अ प्रैक्टिसिंग मुस्लिम कैन गिव द वक्फ प्रॉपर्टी, गिव द प्रॉपर्टी फॉर वक्फ. नो हिंदू कैन गिव इट. एंड यू आर सेइंग वक्फ इज बीइंग एनक्रोच्ड, नॉट द एनक्रोचर. सर 1 second. 1500-year-old शिवलिंग मंदिर. Then the Surat Municipal Headquarter, Gujarat High Court, Eden Garden, then you are claiming the Parliament, Mahakumbh की जमीन,
Kerala,
Mahakumbh की जमीन, Kerala में Munabbam,
the land of the Christians.
This has been said by the KCBC and with the CBC. Therefore, I'm coming to my final point. This is not issue of Hindu-Muslim. Navika, today we have worshipped Ma Chandraghanta. You know what is the significance of Chandraghanta? Ma Chandraghanta, on the forehead, you have the depiction of the Adha Chand in the form of a ghanta, which will vanish away the entire evil. And in the hand she has Kamal and she has the weapons. The weapons are protecting the properties from these land grabbers, and the Kamal is a sign of prosperity for the poorest Muslims who are not getting the benefit. Sir, the Muslims are suffering today when 37 lakh acres, the property income is 163 crore rupees. And therefore today we need these reforms to curb the encroachment powers of the Waqf properties, at the same time to give the benefits to the poorest Muslims. You are actually, you should designate, we are for the land reforms, we are for the Waqf reform, we are for the pro-poor Muslims, and you are the anti-Muslims, you are the land grabbers.
The issue of rights of women, where is that been taken care of by the Waqf? What about education and real charity from the Waqf properties, which hasn't happened all these years? So the question is, do you have a problem if these land records become digitized? Do you have a problem with transparency? Do you have a problem because the Home Minister has said in an interview to me just 2 days ago that there is no question of taking away masjids, there is no retrospective effect, and if government rules, laws, decisions can be challenged in the court, if anybody is unhappy they can go to a court. What is your fear, my friend?
The question is to me, Navika, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. देखिए, सबसे पहले तो शहजाद साहब ने बहुत कुछ बोला, तो लेट मी रिस्पॉन्ड. देखिए, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, ये जो अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल बिल ला रही है, जिसको बीजेपी उम्मीद का नाम दे रही है, UMEED, दिस इज उम्मीद जो है, ये उम्मीद नहीं जगा रही. दिस इज इरेजिंग माइनॉरिटीज, इनेबलिंग इलेक्टोरल डिवाइड बिल ला रही है. ये अल्पसंख्यकों का विनाश और चुनावी विभाजन से बीजेपी का विकास. बट इसीलिए हम ऑपोजिशन पार्टी वाले बीजेपी को एक्सपोज करने आए हैं, और एक्सपोज यूं करते हैं कि Tirumalla Devasthanam mein, which manages Shri Venkatesh Temple, there you came out with a diktat that the 18 employees whom you thought are not following Hinduism the way they supposed to, you want them out of the trust. But in this case, why do you want to include non-Muslims in the Waqf board? One point, sir, kindly let all of us know. Second, and the point which has been raised constantly by Mr. Amit Shah and the BJP and its ecosystem, that the Waqf board has done no community service. To that, Navika, let me expose these people. Just go and see, this data is available online. The Haryana Waqf Board, in between 2010 and 11, it allocated around 3.32 crores towards education and welfare activities. For the next year, they had allocated 6.47 crores. The Tamil Nadu Waqf Board, it takes care of maintenance of the widows and the divorced women, Muslim women. The Kerala Waqf Board, it has developed properties which caters to affordable healthcare system, especially in the rural areas.
Okay, give me the total of how many crores. But let me also ask you, and let me also get in Tehseen Poonawalla and ask both of you. Tehseen Poonawalla, I want to ask you, if Azam Khan can head the committee that actually does the Mahakumbh Mela during the Samajwadi Party government. He's not a Hindu, but the Samajwadi Party appointed him. Then rights of Hindus did not get moved or interfered with. I want to ask you, in the Bodh Gaya temple, there is a provision in the board for 4 Buddhists and 4 non-Buddhists, can be anybody. The Amarnath Shrine Board has the provision for having non-Hindus in the board. I want to ask you, experts are experts because of their religion or because of their knowledge and expertise? I want to ask you, why is it a case that, oh, Muslims will not be put, being put over there is a problem? If women look after women's rights as well, why has so far no woman been appointed, despite the fact that there was nothing barring women? If all of these reforms are done, who has a problem with it?
Ji, for having me on the show. And as we all celebrate Navratri, once again, happy Navratri to all the fellows, to all the fellow citizens who are celebrating Navratri. 2 important issues, Navika ji. I am perplexed, shocked. As the BJP spokesperson rightly said, that no bill has come in. No bill has come in, but the provisions are known only to BJP. But if my brother Faizan argues on the hypothetical provisions, oh my God, you guys are wrong. Let me come to the issue. The Honorable Home Minister, I want to congratulate you, Navika ji, gave you a fantastic interview in which he gave you a breaking news. He said the bill is not coming retrospectively. So much respect for you, Navika ji. You got this out of the Honorable Home Minister. If the bill is not coming retrospectively, why does every Waqf bill argument debate start with, oh, the Waqf has taken off so-and-so mandirs, taking off so-and-so parliament, taking off so-and-so assembly, so-and-so court. Anyways, if it's not retrospective, what the Waqf is taking off cannot go away. So the Home Minister clearly has failed in that aspect. Now let's come to the issue at hand, but I just want one clarification. Faizan may back me up here. Azam Khan was not made in charge of the Mahakumbh because Azam Khan was a Muslim. He was in charge of the ministry that was organizing it. It wasn't given to him. But let me come to the issue at hand. Please, may I ask you? Navika ji, you nailed it. That why shouldn't women be on the Waqf board? I agree with you, man. And it is wrong and shameful that Muslim women are not on the Waqf board. It is wrong and shameful. Faizan bhai, just help me out here. If you can also get Faizan bhai. Uttar Pradesh, whose government appoints people in the Waqf board? Uttar Pradesh government. Wahan Musliman mahila nahi laye. Madhya Pradesh, BJP government. Wahan nahi laye. RJD wale ko puche, Bihar mein unki government na. Wahan Musliman mahila ko nahi laye. This Musliman mahila which is allowed provision. I think Congress is bad, RJD is bad, SP is bad. You're all pathetic. भाई तो इन्होंने क्यों नहीं लाया when the law already exists? Now I am just asking you one simple question. We are asking what Faizan bhai said. Don't treat it like the JPC where your 400-page report is given in the morning. MPs are expected to read it and come and argue it. Please take our amendments on board. If there are some amendments to be brought in, for example, the Aga Khani Waqf, for example, the Bori Waqf, for example, the Pasmanda, let's debate it. Women coming in, you want to have some sort of...
8 hours of debate and still 8 hours of debate has been set aside, but that's still little.
No, one by one. Tehseen said that Azam Khan was appointed because he was the minister in charge. Here also no Hindu is being appointed. MPs are being put in the committee. MP can be anybody. He's He's actually representative of the people. And by the way, Tehseen, the courts have said not once but many times that Waqf is not religious body, it is a statutory body. The temple development boards also have the members who are from other religion because of their position as IAS officer, etc. But nobody is putting a Hindu in the masjid management committee. Just like in a temple management committee, you cannot have a non-Hindu. That's the only principle. But Waqf by user karna, मतलब Hindu की property तो चाहिए, but Hindu should not be in the Waqf board. This is their mindset. Point number 2. Tehseen Poonawalla is saying that, oh, in the JPC, why aren't you considering our suggestion? Sir, JPC में कोई suggestion दिया? Glass फेंका, टेबल पटका, गला पकड़ा, गालियां दी जो देने आए अपना टेस्टिमनी, उसके अलावा जेपीसी में किया क्या आप लोगों ने? और सर, जेपीसी के अलावा मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूं, Sachar committee report, please sir, 1 second, have patience. Sachar committee report, 9th JPC report of Rahman Khan, committee meeting on 13th July 2023, much before JPC was formed. 20th July 2023 consultation, 21st July, 24th July, 7th November, all these were consultations held with various stakeholders. कहां थे आप? चलिए वो भी छोड़ देते हैं. अब आते हैं कि तहसीन पुनावाला बोल रहे हैं कि वक्फ की तो कोई ऐसी retrospectively कुछ ले नहीं सकते, तो वक्फ के बारे में क्यों बोलते हो? Sir, the section 3 and section 40 was providing the waqf the power that I can declare this property as waqf, then the onus is on the victim to prove that it is not a waqf property, and he can only go to the tribunal, and tribunal this is final. In a democracy, you can't go to court. It is written in section 7 of 1995 Act. How can this situation be contemplated, sir? Therefore, I am saying Tehseen Poonawalla, and as far as women are concerned, Tehseen Poonawalla, आखिरी मैं women का ही बोल रहा हूँ. Women के लिए एक और प्रावधान था 2024 Act में, पढ़ लेते थोड़ा. उसमें कहा गया था कि you cannot make the arrangement for the waqf without giving the children and the women their right first on that property. That is also another important provision which has not been done before. Why didn't your government do it?
Well, Tehseen, before you respond, let me also put out on air a poll survey that we did on social media. Should Waqf reform bill be passed in Parliament? Yes, 86%, no say 12%, can't say 2%. Look at the overwhelming support that people watching this show are actually giving the passage of Waqf reforms. But Tehseen, do you still have an argument against the arguments given by Shehzad?
The BJP spokesperson made 2 points. One of that was not factually correct. The opposition in the JPC gave 44 amendments. None were taken on board. None. Whereas by 14 amendments of the NDA and the allies were taken on board by a majority of 16:10. You may please fact check me on this, but let me ask, please allow me. But let me just ask, what is the bill that was introduced in August 2024? In my opinion, and it is an opinion because the final draft has to come in, is in my opinion a violation both of the federal structure and 300A, the right to property. And may I please argue, the right to land is a state subject. Now, you may please argue that, 2013, why did you pass the Waqf Act? And you may continue to look in the air. The BJP does look into the air, but you must have your feet on the ground. Don't look only in the air. Keep your feet on the ground. It is my opinion that these are things, and Waqf by user is now moved to Waqf by deed. Now, please ask me, why is this provision of 5 years you have to be a Muslim, practicing Muslim? What is this number 5? Why not 1 day? Why not 5 months? Why not 6 years? What is 5 years?
Okay, all right.
Because other spokespersons also have to speak. I'll just take one question. This is the ignorance. Tehseen, the Waqf comes under the charitable institutions, which is a concurrent list issue on which state and center both can make laws. It doesn't come under land issue. अब मैं आपसे कहां बहस करने लगूं, इसीलिए मैं ऊपर देख रहा था कि भगवान अल्लाह भगवान जो भी राहुल गांधी जो भी कर सकता है, इन पे कोई मेहरबानी कर दे, मेहरबानी. कॉन्करेंट लिस्ट का इशू है, वरना आप 2013 से लाओ कानून, 54 में लाओ कानून, 95 में लाओ कानून. कांग्रेस लाए तो चमत्कार, हम लाए तो गुनेगार. ये मैं कहां इसको काउंटर करूं?
Please answer.
Well, 1 minute. No, Tehseen, you can't answer it because Naval Kishore is wondering that they are the senior partner in the alliance in Bihar, yet you want to hog all the time. But before I go to Naval Kishore ji, I want to ask Professor Jyotsna Tirunagri. Professor Jyotsna Tirunagri, are you supporting them or not? First, let's get to the number game. On the floor of the house, it's numbers that matter. Tehseen may think that they should be given a chance, but parliamentary democracy is all about numbers. In the JPC, the opposition did not have the numbers. Therefore, their amendments, suggested amendments, didn't go through. are you giving the numbers and support to the BJP tomorrow?
Navika ji, initially though, I would like to differ with your statement for the first time. I never differ, but for the first time. You said because of the numbers, their suggestions were not taken in the JPC. I differ with that.
Okay.
If the suggestions were valid, and if the suggestions were completely backed with substance, I would say, probably they would have taken. Because let me put forward my point here. Telugu Desam Party has always been, since our inception, we have always been one of the strongest party which has always supported Muslims. We have always been. Whether it was Hajj House construction, whether it was the Muslim Finance Corporation, whether it was, you give me time, I'll tell you thousands of reasons why Muslims supported us and why we supported them. Now, when the JPC was formed, 36 sittings were done. Of the 36 sittings, totally 111 hours of deliberations. Of the 111 hours of deliberations, जैसे अभी हमारे को स्पोक्सपर्सन ने बोला है कि कहीं पे ग्लास पटका, कहीं पे कुछ और पटका, हमने ये सब नहीं किया. हमने क्या किया? 111 hours, not a single minute we missed. Our representative in the JPC, Sri Lao Sri Krishna Deva Railu ji, he attended every single minute of the JPC meetings, deliberations, every single minute. And then, of all the inputs that we got from the JPC, we again went back to Andhra Pradesh. We had our discussions and deliberations in Andhra Pradesh with the concerned stakeholders, the Muslim organizations there, the different associations there. We took their feedback. We came back with substance. We came back with data and said in the JPC, we put forward saying that these are the couple of amendments we would like to put forward because this is what we got from the ground. ऐसा नहीं है कि टीडीपी चाह रहा है, ऐसा नहीं है कि कोई और पार्टी चाह रहा है. It's what that we have got from the ground. Once we get it from the ground, we put it forward, and obviously, if you have substance, you'll be accepted. As simple as that. Now, coming back to their claims. In your initial thing, I saw Asad ji talking.
You've really taken their case, which is why I'm just checking your clause. You've taken the case. Substance है नहीं बोल रहे हैं. And you, I saw, did not hesitate in using Hindi. इनका तो पूरा संस्कृति खत्म हो जाएगा हिंदी बोलेंगे तो लैंग्वेज में भी लड़ना है.
I'm sorry Navika ji, I learned Hindi during my education times. I learned Hindi.
Oh.
Hindi was my language.
And which government was there in your state?
Congress government, if I'm not wrong.
Oh my God.
Again, I want to complete my
yes,
statement.
please go on.
Right. Pehle to, the first, you have him there. The Asad ji, he belongs to Hyderabad and he belongs from Hyderabad. And he said, he was like, jo bol rahe the. I was like, come on. Is this the same man who has encroached so many Waqf lands back in Hyderabad? Because I know it. I have seen it. I know it. I have seen it.
You're talking about Asaduddin Owaisi?
Yes, that is the same Asad Bhai whom they quote. Arey wah, he comes here and says, they're taking away mosque. Come on. What are you talking? Now, they always talk about appeasement politics. Who is doing appeasement politics here, Navika ji?
Yes.
They are doing appeasement politics. I'll tell you why. Because we from TDP never do and never believe in appeasement politics. We believe in genuine empowerment. We believe in transparency. We believe in protection of Muslim religious assets. And I put it very categorically here. And now you ask me, Jyotsna ji, again, coming back to your question, will you support or not? Yes, if it's in favor of Muslims. Yes, if it's in favor of the community. Yes, if it's in favor of that particular board, which is a statutory body, we would support it. If the modifications are correct. And,
all right.
And ma'am, one last point. They always talk about secularism. जो ये लोग secularism की बात कर रहे हैं ना, उनको ही बोल रहे हूँ. Real secularism is protecting the institutions, not emotionally exploiting the communities. And I put it, and I don't mince my words.
Big point. Exploiting communities for votes is what the opposition parties are doing. That's the charge. Naval Kishore, respond to that, and also a viewer question, because we're taking viewer questions on the show tonight. What's wrong if Waqf Board is brought under legal scrutiny? Mahindra Harith asking that question from Haryana. Also, why is it not unconstitutional in 1995 and 2013 when the Congress brought these bills? Why is it unconstitutional today? Pradeep Kumar from Telangana asking this question. Naval Kishore ji, please respond.
नहीं नाविका जी, आज तो आपका परफॉर्मेंस और बीजेपी का परफॉर्मेंस और उनके एलाइज का परफॉर्मेंस प्लस जो वोट आपने दिखाया है, उस सबका परफॉर्मेंस एक ही है। यह कमाल की बात है कि एक ही भाषा में, एक ही तरह के उम्मीद से और एक ही तरह की आवाज में एकदम फोकस डिस्कशन आप करा रहे हैं। बहुत जबरदस्त है। इसमें ताली बजाने के अलावा और मुस्कुराने के अलावा हमारे पास कोई विकल्प ही नहीं है। आप महिलाओं का करें कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी और उनके पीछे एक संगठन है, ये सब लोग महिलाओं के बहुत बड़े शुभचिंतक हैं और आज तक आरएसएस का 100 साल इतिहास हो गया और एक कोई महिला उनकी अध्यक्ष नहीं बनी। आप जानते हैं इस बात को। ये सवाल ये नहीं है कि रिफॉर्म आ रहा है और हम अभी तो मैम बोल रही है कि सेकुलरिज्म का भी अलग अलग डेफिनेशन होता है। मैम, देयर इज नो टू डेफिनेशन ऑफ सेकुलरिज्म। सेकुलरिज्म इज वेल रिकॉर्डेड कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। आप चाहे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल डिबेट को रेफर करें या कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को करें, वो चाहे पहले नहीं लिखा गया या बाद में लिखा गया, जोड़ा गया, उससे मतलब नहीं है। भारतीय राज्य का चरित्र सेकुलरिज्म है। आप रिलीजियस अफेयर में यह सरकार हस्तक्षेप करती है और आप कहते हैं दिस इज वंडरफुल गवर्नमेंट। ये गवर्नमेंट ऐसा है कि एक मुख्यमंत्री और प्रधानमंत्री कहता है कि क्यों बोल रही है
मेरी क्वेश्चन समझ लीजिए। मैं इतनी इलिटरेट हूँ, ये तो बता दीजिए वक्फ बोर्ड एक रिलीजियस बॉडी है क्या? ये तो बता दीजिए
आप ये तो बता दीजिए कि भारतीय राज्य।
सर मैं क्वेश्चन पूछी, आप फिर मुझसे क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो। मेरे क्वेश्चन का आंसर तो दे दो।
आपके सवाल का जवाब तो नायडू जी से पूछिए। न्यूट्रल कहते कहते वो टॉप गियर में चले जाते हैं। उनका इतिहास ही
I think you need to answer my question. You can't dodge my question. Sir, you need to answer my question.
रिकॉर्ड है वो तो सब जानते
हैं। Sir, you need to answer my question. Now that you took the name of my leader, you need to answer my question. Is Waqf Board a religious body? Is Waqf Board a religious body? Answer my question. Sir, is Waqf Board a religious body? You answer my question, sir. You answer my question.
You cannot sermonize.
What do you want me to summarize?
She's not summarizing, my friend. She's asking you a question. आप question का जवाब दे दीजिए। Or if you can't answer, I can read the Kerala High Court's order, which clearly says that Waqf is not a religious body, it's not a representation of the community. And forget the Kerala High Court. आपको लगता है सिर्फ आप ही ठेकेदार हैं मुसलमान समाज के? Are you the only people who know what Muslims want? Well, I had just, about half an hour ago spoken to Mr. Chishti, Syed Nasiruddin Chishti, who is the son of the Ajmer Dargah chief. And what did he have to say when I asked? AIM PLB is objecting to the Waqf bill. What is his view when I asked him? Please hear what he has to say.
कि लोगों को जो मिसगाइड करा जा रहा है, मिसलीड किया जा रहा है, भड़काया जा रहा है मेरी नजर के अंदर, कि आपकी दरगाह चली जाएगी, आपकी मस्जिदें चली जाएंगी, आपके इमामबाड़े चले जाएंगे और दूसरे रिलीजियस इंस्टीट्यूशन चले जाएंगे। तो मेरा मानना यह है कि सरकार ने आधिकारिक तौर पे जब पार्लियामेंट में आके ये बात बोल दी है, कंसर्निंग मिनिस्टर ने भी बोल दी है, होम मिनिस्टर साहब ने बोल दिया कि तमाम रिलीजियस प्रॉपर्टी इंटैक्ट रहेगी, उसमें किसी किस्म का रद्दोबदल नहीं होगा, उनके कैरेक्टर में चेंज नहीं होंगे, जो डिस्प्यूटेड लैंड है उनके अलावा। तो हमें बीइंग ए रिस्पॉन्सिबल सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया अंडर द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, हमारी जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि हम उनके आधिकारिक बयान को कंसीडर करें, ना कि बाहर खड़े होकर के मीडिया पे जो बयान दिए जा रहे हैं जो अनऑथेंटिक हैं। ये मत सोचिए कि कोई सोचे, आप सोचे मैं बीजेपी का सपोर्ट कर रहा हूं या मुझे कुछ मिल जाएगा या कि मैं किसी कांग्रेस का सपोर्ट, नहीं। हुकूमत जो आएगी हम उसके साथ खड़े होना चाहिए। हम एक जिम्मेदार नागरिक है और हिंदुस्तान का मुसलमान बहुत जिम्मेदार है।
Now, if he is saying this, isn't he a Muslim, Faizan Kidwai? Faizan Kidwai, have you appropriated all laws of the Muslims, all comments, and are you the sole representative of the Muslim community?
Not at all, Navika, not at all. But I surely would, my party would raise objection where the government is going wrong, and we will point it out, and we'll discuss this, we'll fight it out. Either in parliament या सड़क से संसद तक के देश के संविधान के लिए और देश के नागरिक के लिए हम लड़ेंगे irrespective of their religion. Then Navika, just a second, there's a question you posted that some viewer has asked what is the problem with scrutiny? See, my dear friend, if you're listening, nobody has a problem with scrutiny. Even earlier governments have brought in amendments and there was never an issue. इशू है बीजेपी के इंटेंट से, बीजेपी की नीयत से. What BJP is doing, it is selectively targeting, and it wants to take over land which belongs to a particular community, because unfortunately, as I said earlier also, and this is so unfortunate, I have to repeat it, that there is a certain section of at least BJP
to look into लोगों की नीयत also आप देख सकते हैं. शहजाद.
अच्छा, मतलब समाज
फैजान प्लीज,
I'm short on time. शहजाद
एक वाक्य पढ़कर सुनाना चाहता हूं. मैं उनकी बातों का समर्थन करता हूं और कहना चाहता हूं, सरकार वक्फ के लिए कड़ा कानून बनाए. आप देखिए, सारी जमीनें हड़प ली गई है, चाहे सरकारी हो गैर सरकारी हो. वक्फ बोर्ड की जो काम करने वाले लोग हैं, उन्होंने ही सारी प्राइम लैंड बेच दी है. पटना के डाक बंगले में जितनी प्रॉपर्टी थी, सब पर अपार्टमेंट बना दिए. श्रीमान लालू प्रसाद यादव 2010 खुद मान रहे कि यह घोटाला होता था, और अब बिल लाए तो हाय तौबा. और दूसरी बात, आरएसएस की महिला अध्यक्ष इसलिए नहीं बनी मिस्टर नवल किशोर, क्योंकि राष्ट्रीय सेविका संघ है, फीमेल का विंग है भाई, उसकी अध्यक्षा महिला ही बनती है. और यहां पर हमारी महिला साथी बोल रही है तो आप बोल रहे सरमनाइज किया जा रहा है. एक महिला बोलेगी तो सरमनाइज होगा. यह किस प्रकार की पुरुषवादी मानसिकता है? How dare you show this mindset towards my colleague? I condemn this mindset that you are saying that she is saying so it is a sermon. मतलब महिला बोले तो सरमन हो गया. ये किस हद से आप बोल रहे हैं? ये चारा चोर अब जमीन चोर करना चाहते हैं. ये चारा चोर पार्टी चंद्रबाबू नायडू पर बोलेगी. ये चारा चोर चार बार कन्विक्टेड चारा चोर अब जमीन चोर के बीच बचाव में.
Well, there are many questions people, viewers are asking tonight. Why is there no action against those indulging in fear mongering? Why is there so much noise about non-Muslim members in Waqf? Naresh Chandra from UP. Why should aggrieved parties, victims of Waqf loot, not get justice? Mahesh Thakkar asking this question from Gujarat. Many people raising many questions. Are we hearing only a one-sided view? What about the issues that have been raised by Chishti, Nasiruddin Chishti from the Ajmer Dargah? The questions are, just political parties being the representative of an entire community, is that the right way? Or is it because their land loot is under threat and questions may now be asked? Is that what is creating this fear and earthquake? That's the question. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Waqf reforms have been dragged into muddy political waters, with vote bank and self-interest actually deciding who's saying what, clouding reforms completely. The opposition fear-mongered that masjids will be snatched away, that it will be retrospective, and the BJP wants to grab land. Tomorrow, when the bill is tabled, if it's not retrospective, as assured by Home Minister Amit Shah, if it ensures courts have the final say, and if it is inclusive, including taking into account women, widows, young children, poor people, will these opposition parties back it in Parliament? After all, why the dar and dhamkis before they even see the copy of the Waqf Amendment draft bill? That's the question we are asking. Thank you very much to all my panelists on debate number 1. On the other side, another land dispute. Hyderabad Central University. That's debate on the other side.